Hi everyone, my name is Vivian and I'm a PhD student in the Vascular Biology and Immunopharmacology group at La Trobe University, which pretty much means that I love my blood vessels. So hopefully you learned something from this video today, so let's jump right into it. So, let's just say this is you. You have all these different organs in your body, but today we're going to focus on one type of organ that connects to your heart. Specifically, we're going to focus on, and you guessed it, blood vessels. So blood vessels are tubes in our body that carry around blood. We have two different types of blood vessels. We have veins and we have arteries. Veins carry deoxygenated blood into the heart. And deoxygenated blood means blood that is low in oxygen and high in carbon dioxide. Arteries, on the other hand, carry oxygenated blood from the heart into the rest of the body, where oxygenated blood is high in oxygen and low in carbon dioxide. So for me to remember which blood vessel does what, I like to think about how arteries, starting with an A, carries blood away from the heart, and veins is the other blood vessel. But why are blood vessels important, you might ask? Well, they deliver oxygen and nutrients to cells, they carry away waste products, and they also help maintain blood pressure. But while the blood vessel does all of these amazing things, did you know that their function is largely dependent on their structure? So here we have a blood vessel that looks way more than happy to be chopped in half. And as we look at its cross-section, so that chopped half, we see that there are all these different layers. So let's pop them out to see if it's a little bit easier to distinguish. So in our blood vessel, we see that there are these three distinct layers. The tunica externa is the outermost layer of the blood vessel. So think external, externa. The tunica media is the middle layer. Again, media, middle. And tunica intima is the innermost layer of our blood vessel. Lastly, we have the lumen, which is the space within the blood vessel where the blood travels through. So if we think of our blood vessel as a straw, the lumen is where that liquid goes through in the straw. But let's dive a little bit deeper and have a look at the different types of cells within these layers. So here's another cross-section of the blood vessel, where we see firstly the lumen and the intima. So the intima has a lining of endothelial cells that allow for the nutrient and gas exchange throughout the vessel. It also helps detect what's happening with the blood due to its very close contact with the lumen. The media, the next layer, is the thickest layer of the blood vessel and comprises of smooth muscle cells and elastic fibers. So it's a very muscular and elastic layer, which allows for the vessel to constrict and relax as it regulates blood pressure. And lastly, we have the externa, so that outermost layer, which mostly comprises of connective tissue, fat cells, and immune cells. And because it's the outermost layer of the blood vessel, it also helps to provide structural support, protection, and also sends signals into the other layers of the blood vessel. So as you can see, blood vessels are essential and play a very big role in keeping us and those around us alive. So it's important to keep our blood vessels healthy by drinking heaps of water and eating healthy, which means no loading up on those Macca's rewards no matter how good it might be, and cutting out bad habits such as smoking, which I really hope no one does. Because if something was to go wrong, where our blood vessels are broken, blocked, leaking or shrinking, scary diseases such as cancer, diabetes, arthritis and cardiovascular disease can occur, which I'm sure no one wants. So, stay healthy, stay safe, and remember to love your blood vessels.